So if you could picture quickly a lady that looks like she is hurt simply, face is pimply, arms are limpy, hair is crinkly, chin is prickly. Say hi, Mindy. 10 years stalking me off and on, multiple accounts you'll be talking on, and I feel no disgrace when I use your face to wipe my taint when I get off the John. So overweight that you're walking wrong, hope heaven's gate's the next thing you're knocking on. It took me one bout to get in your account, so think about that when you're logging on. You're stalking wrong, and you're old and evil enough to be Frederick Stalin's mom. I'll use a lariat and tie you to a chariot till you look like the variant of COVID, Omicron. See your face print on my palm, but I won't, because assault is wrong. To the people listening, I should explain why I'm coming at her like this, so she doesn't use a tight fist to grab a victim status card with a charred right wrist. Constantly attacking and harassing, it's almost like you're asking for a fight, bitch. Wrongly acting like this might piss enough off to turn a dodge into a slight miss. Then a tight fist with veins popping out of the right wrist comes up through her white tits, hits and splits her lips, and she flips up into the clouds and mist. Now that's what I call a flight risk. Since 2014, you've attacked multiple people, involving me within your multiple evil. I'm wondering when you'll finally be still after the doctor gives you multiple sequels of a horrible refill that involves volatile green pills. Go letter to my stalker, letter to my stalker. I found your address, so you'll be addressed by a letter from a law firm. Actions are typical and criminal. I hope you take a handful of Benadryl, cause you're miserable, looking like a walking dead walker. Letter to my stalker, letter to my stalker. I found your address, so you'll be addressed by a letter from a law firm. Actions are typical and criminal. I hope you take a handful of Benadryl, cause you're miserable, looking like a walking dead walker. What if I actually ran up on you? What would you do? Well, because I keep my head on a swivel and understand trampolines jiggle, cause anyone can get the jump on you. Boy, I hope the doctor finds a lump on you. I joke on you just like the pundits do. You say dudes think of fucking you, high status men actually staying away, they're dodging and ducking you. Just keep drugging, fool, you're a drunken tool that needs some Dunkin' brew to finally wake up and realize that you're one or two. Ain't shit, it's legit that I'll never quit dunking on you. Bang. I'm done with you, I have my fun with you, done what I wanted to. You're a broken clock that's stuck at noon, you're predictable like sun and moon. Obviously you gotta see that you're like a hobby, when I'm bored you're just fun to do. Only kept alive to objectify, you're my little plaything that gets swept aside and left to die. Bitch, go inhale some insecticide, and this is my movie, so guess who it's directed by. I intensify my defensive with the protective eye, strategic with tactics perfected. You didn't get me, I just temporarily let it slide. There's no way you can rectify almost 9 years of stalking me, then apply a band-aid and think because it's applied that it's not detected by me. Go jump in water that's electrified. I let out a tremendous sigh. This bitch, motherfucker. You get selected by affecting my time and sip your Mai Tai until you hear, and then you get petrified. 1, 2, 3. Bitch, I'm being that next ace. Looking weak like you've been fed waste. Future looks bleak while you play hide and seek with the snow that you keep in your cigarette case. Looks like gravity gave you meth face. Quite sadly, those are things you embrace. But everything you said plus wall meth up, dead from the neck up, so I call her a head case. Act like you're never wrong. Do I ever yawn? You don't even write a clever song, and I bet you cite the weather wrong on a September dawn. Dumbass. Dude dripping off that leather thong, with you getting off on an underage dong. Looks like you pulled that lever wrong. Oh, by the way, you remember Sean? Bumping uglies while he moves in a binary motion, while he's maniacally poking. Then Angela's silently woken to the sounds of them both violently stroking. She lifts her head, then gets up out of bed, and she says, you know what, I'll go see the commotion. Then the door's finally open, and she sees that honey locomotion. That ass sitting there certainly silently smoking. You best make an HIV potion and take ibuprofen. Bruh, you should've used like 90 Trojans. Then it got out and you had a privacy explosion. Oh my God. Trapped in my giant sea, call me the ocean. Acting quietly just like Edward Snowden. Cackling while you're high on weed like Joe Rogan. Actively popping speed like Lindsay Lohan. Try not to pee when you sneeze like Hulk Hogan.
Hey, fuck you, brother.
Mindy, you think you've excited me with your undeniably, decidedly devotion. Nope. Mindy, you think you're what's frightened me. Well, I defiantly say you don't earn that emotion. Mindy, I think you're more off than 99 degrees and go off on a spree of provoking. Sean, I think you should have blown some nerves off, wiped your shirt off after you jerked off with some lotion. I guess this is a letter to my stalker, letter to my stalker. I found your address, so you'll be addressed by a letter from a law firm. Actions are typical and criminal. I hope you take a handful of Benadryl, cause you're miserable, looking like a walking dead walker. Letter to my stalker, letter to my stalker. I found your address, so you'll be addressed by a letter from a law firm. Actions are typical and criminal. I hope you take a handful of Benadryl, cause you're miserable. Looking like a walking dead walker.